Welcome everybody to today's Pilates class. I'm Shaina from Shaina Falcone Fitness. Today we are going to be doing a Pilates flow on the mat focused on twisting, working our obliques muscles, and strengthening our core. I have a little Pilates ball that we're going to use for certain parts of the workout. If you don't have one, that's okay. You could grab a little throw pillow or a yoga block. We're gonna start on our mat. We're gonna be on our knees. So if you're uncomfortable on your knees, you could add a rolled up towel under your knees or roll up your mat. We're gonna be in our 4-point stance here to start. We have our wrists lined up directly under our shoulders. We have our knees lined up directly underneath our hips, and we're thinking soft elbows and long spine. Let's just start in this position with some deep breaths. So we're going to inhale and really feel our ribs open and expand into our back and sides. And then as we exhale, we're closing the rib cage, pulling it closer together. So we inhale, the ribs open and expand. And then as we exhale, it's like we're tightening a corset around our spine. Let's do 2 more. Breathe into your back and side ribs. Exhale, the rib cage knits together. 1 more time. Inhale, letting those ribs open. And exhale, feel them close together. From here, we're gonna go into a cat and cow. So let's inhale, open the chest. As we exhale, we're gonna tuck and curl the pelvis, round through the lower back, round through the upper back. Push the mat away, let your head completely release here. Inhale, push the mat away a little further. And now exhale, release to a full cat. So let's just let the chest drop. Lift up through the head, deep breath in. And now exhale, we start to tuck and curl the tailbone under, round through the spine. Let your head just completely release all the tension in your neck. Deep breath, push the mat away. And again, release to that full cat. So you're allowing your lower back to dip. Lifting up through the chest. We're gonna do 1 more. Exhale, let's push the mat away. Full round spine here. Take an inhale at the top, push the mat a little further, and now we're gonna release to a long spine. So just a nice long spine. We're not letting the lower back dip. Shoulders glide back, and the head lifts up. From here, we're just gonna pick up the left arm, press it down. Pick up the right arm, push it down. So we're just kind of feeling how we can stay centered here as we lift one arm off the mat. Let's try to bring our weight a little bit forward for a challenge here. Over the wrists. We're gonna do 4 more. And 3, and 2, 1 more. Let's hold the right arm up, reach it out, and you're gonna keep your palm facing up. Do a really small thread the needle. Reach under and reach side. Our hips are still reaching back. This is an upper body twist. So we're trying to kind of separate the spine here. Upper back from lower back. Upper back twists here. Ooh, it feels nice to wring out the spine. Let's do 2 more. 1 more, hold it here. Take that right hand behind your head. We're gonna slightly bend the left arm, push off the mat. Little tiny twist here, and bring it back down. Let's inhale, open it up. And bring it down. Everybody's twist is gonna be different on this one. We all have very different ranges of motion. So just go to a twist that feels natural for you without involving the hips. So they're gonna stay reaching back. Let's do 2 more. Push off the mat, lifting your elbow towards the ceiling if you can. Woo, bring it down. And we'll go right over to the left arm. So bring it out. Now let's thread the needle. Reach under and up. This is a really small bend in your opposite arm, allowing your chest to come down, but keeping those hips out of it. They are lifted. Really nice twist here. It feels so good to get the spine moving, and it is so good for us. Let's do 1 more. We're gonna hold this hand up, bring it behind your head, soften the opposite elbow, push off the mat, little twist, and down. Don't force this. Just go to wherever it feels natural for you. You're reaching your elbow up towards the ceiling. And for me, this side doesn't twist quite as far as the other side. That may happen to you too. Just go with it. Your body will lead you. 2 more. 1 more here. Open it up, bring it down, place that hand down. Let's do 1 more cat stretch. Inhale, exhale, scoop the abdominals in, curl the spine, let your head go, push the mat away, inhale, and now exhale to a long spine. Shoulder blades down and back. We are staying lifted through the lower back. We're gonna tuck the toes under here. Keep that chest lifted, elbows soft, tiny hover. Drop it down. So we're kind of squeezing our inner thighs together as if we had that Pilates ball there. So we're kind of pulling up and in and then doing this very small hover, barely off the mat. We're gonna do 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. We're gonna take the next one, we're gonna hold it up, and now just very, very small twists for the lower body. So you're just swinging the knees side to side, so small, doesn't have to go very far. Just a little twist through the lower body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, uncurl the toes. Child's pose right here. Deep breath in, sink it back. From here, we're gonna spring forward into a long plank. You can do this from your elbows if you need to. Otherwise, uncurl the toes. You're gonna push those palms into the mat, lift through the chest, pull it forward. Let's just hold it here. Lengthening out through your heels, lengthening out through the top of your head. And from here, we're gonna do little hip dips. This is gonna be fun. Let's drop the right hip, lift it up through center, drop the left, lift through center. So we're letting our hips dip. We're not letting our chest and shoulders dip. Woo! Things are getting heated, things are getting spicy. Here we go. Lower body twist here, dip and center. Stay with me here, 4 more. Dropping that hip, pulling through center. Woo! 1 more. Hold center, drop the knees, sink it back. Deep breath in. Exhale, spring back into that plank. From here, let's take it up into a pike, downward facing dog. Lift through the heels, let's roll through the spine, open that chest into plank, deep breath. Exhale, push the mat away, pike it up. 1 more time, lift through the heels, roll through the spine, open the chest, and we scoop through the center, pike it back up. We're gonna take our right leg, let's bring our left foot into the center, take our right leg, cross it over. The right leg is off the mat. We're gonna go into a pike plank here. So pike it up, plank it down, lift through the chest, scoop through the center, pike it up, glide those shoulders back, lift through the chest, lower. Let's push off the mat to pike it up, lengthening through the spine, and now open and lift through the top of the head. Woo, 2 more. Pike it up, glide your shoulders back, think open, 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 pike it up. 1 more time, we're gonna hold it here. Woo! Tiny little dip. So we've got our right leg crossed, left leg's gonna dip. Woo! And lift. Dip and lift. Really scooping into those obliques. Dip that left hip, lift it up. 2 more. Woo! 1 more, hold it here. Pike. Bring that right foot down. Let's just stretch it out here, pulling your chest towards your thighs, and switch. We take our left leg, we cross it behind. That left foot is off the mat. Deep breath with me here as we prepare, and now let's glide those shoulders back as we lower to plank. Lift through the top of the head, push off the mat, pike it back again. Lower and lift through the chest, push off the mat, to pike back. So it's a nice, powerful push here. I want you to feel your strength through the upper body as you go through this movement. Elbows are soft. Try not to lock any joints here. Push it back. Do 2 more. Let's just flow with it. This last one, we're gonna hold. Woo! And we're gonna dip the right hip. So dip and pull it up. We're dropping that hip bone and then scooping it back up. Head and chest stays lifted. I know, it's spicy. 3, woo, 2, deep core work right here. 1 more, hold. Bring that foot back to uncross. Downward facing dog. One last time, big stretch. And then drop to the knees. Sink it back. Ooh, scoop your abs in, roll it up. Shoulder blades, roll back a couple of times here. Are you hot now? I'm feeling warm. We're gonna grab our ball and we're gonna come into a seated position here for our half roll back and our full roll back. So I'm gonna start just on this diagonal here, and we're gonna have the ball between our hands. Feet are together, or at least your heels are together, squeezing. And imagine you have another ball between your knees, so the knees are kind of pulling in a little bit. Shoulders down and back. Let's push into that ball or whatever you have. Deep breath in, and we're gonna exhale, scoop and curl back. And now let's lift up, stacking the spine, reaching long through the top of the head. Exhale, scoop and curl back. Lift up, leading as if a string is pulling the top of your head up to the ceiling. And now we roll our waistband down towards the mat, and then roll it away as we come up. Let's think of squeezing those heels together. One more, scoop and roll back. Now hold it up here. I want you to think of length through the spine. We're gonna do some little twists. So let's twist over to the right, come center, twist over to the left. So we're really thinking of length through the spine. I imagine I'm one of those barbers spiraling poles, so I'm getting taller with every twist. Whew. Let's do 4 more. It's like we're wringing out the waist here. 2 more. 1 more, hold it center. Now let's roll halfway back. Try that twist again, push into the ball. Twist through center, twist. We're just pushing into the ball, squeezing our heels together. Maybe we're smiling, maybe we love it. Woo! Think of hollowing out through the abdominals. 2 more for me. 1 more, come back to center, and I'm just gonna turn to the side here. We're gonna try to roll all the way back. If that doesn't work for you, just stick with our half roll back. We're pushing into the ball. Deep breath in, scoop your belly button in, exhale, roll halfway back, and now if you want to, keep rolling so slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. Let the arms reach overhead. We're gonna bring the arms up over the chest, start to curl it up. We're squeezing the ball, we're squeezing our heels together, and then lifting up, stacking the vertebra. Again, shoulders roll down and back, so pull those shoulders down as we go. Pushing into the ball. Hands come behind the head, and then we're gonna push our feet into the mat, push our heels together as we roll up, so pushing down to roll up nice and tall. Let's try 1 more time. Remember that half roll back is here for you as an option. Always take the version that feels the best for your body. Reach it out, bring it up. We're pulling the lower back into the mat, pushing the feet down, and lifting it up. Excellent. I'm just gonna put this ball to the side, and we're gonna come back onto our elbows. So let's come into a nice parallel position onto the elbows here, and we're gonna push the floor away. 1 leg up, other leg up. Legs are together, so we're doing a little squeeze, and it's a tiny little dip and lift. If this position does not feel good for your upper body, you can lay all the way down on your back. We're just doing a tiny dip of the toes and really pushing that mat away to lift. Couple more, tiny little dip. Thinking of kind of pulling our hip bones closer together as we lift the legs up. 1 more, let's hold it here. Little windshield wipers. Let's drop over to the right, very small, back through center, over to the left. So it's just a teeny tiny twist here. Kind of shifting our weight from one hip to the other. Side to side here. That's it. All right, here we go. 2 more. 1 more. Come through the center, drop the feet down. If you have that ball, you're gonna grab it, or a throw pillow, or whatever you have, it's gonna come between the knees. So a nice little inner thigh fire up here. You're gonna come down, elbow is underneath your shoulder in a nice straight line, heels are back a little bit. Right from here, let's bring this top arm up. You're gonna take your top leg, little tiny squeezes, down and up into that ball. You could also do this with no ball, just kind of pushing down and creating your own resistance. Let's use this top arm to lift up out of the ribs. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take this top arm down. It's gonna help us. We're gonna push off the mat. Woo, those hips are lifted. So let's lift from underneath. Pretend I'm there and I'm taking my hand underneath your ribs and pulling you up a little bit. Top arm comes up. We're gonna lower and then pull. So I'm lowering the hips and then pulling. Again though, if you wanna have this arm down on the mat for support, that's fine. Do what you need to do. Just doing a little bit of obliques work here, squeezing into that ball if you have it. Always bonus inner thighs with the ball. 2 more. 1 more. We're gonna hold it up here. Reach this top arm up. Coming back to that thread the needle. We're reaching under, bringing it up. Reaching under, bringing it up. I have a couple more and then I'm gonna give you another option. 1 more. Next time you're gonna thread the needle, bring it up, hold it here, push off the mat. Oh, add this other little twist back to center. Let's try it. Thread the needle, bring it up, push off the mat, open up that chest, deeper twist here, back to center. Let's try 2 more. Thread the needle, lift through those hips, push off the mat, open up through the chest. Woo! 1 more. I love this one for a really nice chest opener too. Push off the mat, open it up, hold it here, drop it down. Woo! All right. From here, we're just gonna take this ball and bring it underneath your ribs or kind of between your ribs and your hips here. If you have your throw pillow, just fold it in half, put it in the same spot, push off the mat. So glide your shoulders back. Option if you're tired, come down here. We're gonna just lift and lower this top leg up and down, up and down. Feel that resistance on the way down, up and down. 3, push down, like you're pushing into the water. Whew. 1 more. Now let's hold it up here. We're gonna take our torso and we're gonna twist it down to the mat. Our leg is still up. We're gonna shoot that leg out. Let's feel how lovely that feels. Just stretch out the front of the thigh and the hip flexor. And now we draw the knee in and very slowly press it out. Draw the knee in, slowly press it out. We're pushing off the mat, lifting out through the top of the head. Bring this leg in, press it out long. A couple more. Woo! 1 more. Let's hold the leg out. Pull it back behind you a little bit so you feel this really deep stretch through the front of the body. Let's circle up and around. Very small circles. I know sometimes when we do this move, your leg feels like it's 100 pounds. Ooh, you can make that circle really small. 1 more and reverse. So up and around circle. This circle is starting in your hip joint. Woo! And then the energy reaches out through your toes. 3, 2, 1. Just drop your leg back for a second. Take a little stretch here. And now lift up through your chest. You're gonna lift up your leg and we'll do just the leg. So we're gonna do a little side kick. We're gonna flex the foot forward, point the toe, reach it back. Flex the foot forward and then swoop it back. We're trying not to have any funny business here happening in our pelvis. So we're trying to keep the pelvis really still. Your tailbone is kind of reaching away, kind of down the mat. And we're just moving this leg without letting any wobbles happen here through the lower back and pelvis. And I am gonna add on, so if you want to, you reach your front arm away, flip the palm, twist the torso, and then twist again. So it goes palm up, palm down. You're just twisting towards the leg as it comes forward, away from the leg as it goes back. And let's just flow. 2 more. And reach. 1 more. Let's take one big, nice twisting stretch here. And bring it in. Swing the legs around. We're going to the other side. We started with our side plank. So we have the ball in between our knees, elbow underneath our shoulder. Pull your heels back towards your glutes. Your knees are slightly forward here. Let's pretend I'm there. I'm taking my hand underneath your ribs and we're pulling up a little higher there. Good. Shoulder blades down and back. Woo, let's reach this top arm up here and then we bend as we dip and press it straight up. So let's use this hand as a way to lift up a little further to the ceiling here. Down and up. Reach it up. Feels so good to reach and stretch and lengthen the body. Ooh, I hope you're feeling good today. I know it's challenging. I promise you'll feel amazing afterwards. Do 1 more, hold it here. Woo. I realized that I forgot that little knee squeeze. We will add it on, don't worry. We're gonna come up here and thread the needle and then bring it up. We're gonna do things in reverse on this side. Reach under, bring it up. So our hips face forward, we twist through our torso and reach. 1 more. We're gonna add that chest opener this time if you want to. So thread the needle, bring it up, push off the mat, open back a little bit further, come center. 3 more. Thread the needle, bring it up. You can just hold it or you can push and open that chest. Good, 2 more. Thread the needle, reach up to the ceiling, push off the mat, open, 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 back to center. 1 more. Thread the needle, bring it up, open, 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 back to center. Woo, we lower it here. And now, woo, back to those little squeezes. So we're just adding them onto the end here. Ooh, sweaty today. Did not plan to get this sweaty, but sometimes it happens and I'm not mad about it. We have 4 more. Stay lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the ball. It comes underneath the ribs. Remember, this is your option if your arm is feeling tired here. And we're gonna have, whew, this top leg nice and long here. Let's push up. So I want you to get a nice little lift here. Whew. And we're gonna turn our chest down to the mat and we bring our knee in and we shoot it out. So let's stay lifted through the chest. We're trying not to sink. Every move here is full body. Our whole body is connected from head to toe. Bring it in, shoot it out long. Just feel that reach out through your toes, reach in length through the hips. Bring it in, shoot it out. 3 more. Reach, reach, reach. Woo. 1 more, hold it here. You're gonna pull it back a little bit. Whew. Just drop it down if you need a little break. Lift it up and now circles, just up and around. This circle is deep, deep in your hip joint. That's where it comes from. We're trying to create length through the leg, reaching out through the toes. 2 more. And reverse it up and around. Remember, these can be teeny tiny. It's not about a big circle. 3, 2, 1. Let's just take a little stretch here. Feel that length through the front of the body and then pull it in. You're gonna lift the leg up. We're gonna do a side kick. So I'm gonna twist the torso down to the mat, flex the foot forward, point the toe back. If you can, try to keep your leg the same height as it goes through this movement front and back. Flex and then point. We're staying lifted through the torso and trying to keep that pelvis still. I know it's hard. Trying not to wiggle wobble at all. I don't know if that's a real word. I'm a mom, so I feel like that's a word I would use with my kids. Feel free to borrow it. flex, and point. Now, if you like, hold it here. You're gonna bring the arm forward. We're gonna lift the palm up, flex, and point. Now, if that flexing and pointing is messing with your head, don't worry about it. Just pick one and flow through. Your palm flips up and your palm flips down. Don't get hung up on not doing exactly what I'm doing. The point is to move and flow. Get your spine and your body moving. That's the most important thing. 2 more. Bring it up. Reach it around. 1 more. And hold this stretch. Really nice twist here. Good. Let's bring it in. We're gonna roll around and come onto our back for one last little set here. Let's just hold the ball into our hands. Glide your shoulders down, lift up tall, and we're gonna scoop through the low belly, roll it down here. Let's let the arms come over the head. Deep breath. And bring the arms over the chest. We're gonna lift one leg at a time here, so 1 and 2. And we're gonna take the ball just kind of between your ankles and your feet here. Dab at my sweat. Hands are gonna come down to the mat, and let's kind of reach the legs away. We're gonna just open and close the knees. So we open and close. Now, if you don't have a ball, you can just have your heels together and do this without any props, so that will work too. We're just kind of doing a close and open with the knees here. All right. Let's try to have equal force with each leg, pulling in, opening up. Let's do 2 more. This is such a nice one for the hips. Nice little internal and external rotation. 1 more, I added a bonus. Hold it here. You could keep your head down, but I'm gonna ask you to make a little basket with your hands. Bring that basket to the base of the neck, and then just do a very small curl. We're thinking ribs pulling down. We're thinking of kind of squeezing a little seat belt across our hips here. Woo, and we're gonna do the same thing. Open and close. Open and close. Very small if you want, or you can make it a little bigger. We're pressing our feet into that ball. So here we go with those bonus inner thighs. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it here. Elbows are wide. We're squeezing into the ball, and we're gonna do a little mini twist of the torso. So twist, come center. Other side. Twist, come center. We're not trying to get the elbow to the opposite knee. We're trying to wrap the ribs across. So you're almost looking down and back towards that bottom shoulder. And the twist begins at the belly button. Everything below the belly button is just super quiet and still, just minding its own business. Feet are squeezing into the ball. Whew, let's do 2 more. 1 more, hold it center, drop it down for a little break. We're gonna put the open and close and the twist together. So let's just take a deep breath, curl it up, kind of rolling your ribs towards the hips. Here's our move. We're gonna open the knees, and then as we squeeze together, do a little twist. Open the knees, squeeze together, do a twist the other way. Take your time with it. Open the knees and twist. Open, little tiny twist. We're pushing into the ball. Now let's push our head into our arms, keep our elbows wide, and see if pushing your head into your arms can release neck tension. I know so many of you have neck tension, and it can really bother you when we're doing these exercises, but I promise pushing your head into your arms will really help relieve that. Let's do 2 more. Little twist. 1 more. Now, if you're up for it, squeeze the knees together, twist over to one side, tiny pulses on the diagonal. What? Why is she doing this? Because she's crazy. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, hold, back to center. Let's do a little open, a little close, twist to the other side, squeeze the ball, up, down. Woo! Teeny tiny little lifts on the diagonal. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it to the center. You're gonna grab the ball, just lower down for 1 second. Last little move here. You're gonna just push into that ball or whatever you have, curl it up. From here, we'll go into a single leg stretch. So one leg and the other. We're gazing towards the tops of our knees. And now, you guessed it, we're adding a twist. Twist and push into the ball. Doesn't have to be big. Again, those hips are not invited to the twist party. So they are staying really still. Just that upper torso. Let's go. Oh, it feels so good. 4 more. 3, reach out through those toes. 2, 1, come through the center. Ooh, lower it down. Deep breath in. Let's just place the ball between our knees here for a second. Bring our feet together. Hands out to the side. Back to those little windshield wiper twists here. One side to the other. Just really small. You're just putting a little pressure on one hip and then rocking over and putting a little pressure on the other hip. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. We're gonna drop the knees towards the front and we're just gonna do a little bit of chest opening. So if my knees are going to the right, I'm gonna take my left arm, I'm gonna circle it around, up overhead and back. Again, circle that arm around, up overhead and back. 1 more. Feels so good for the shoulders and chest and back. Now let's take those legs. Let's say they're over to the left. We're gonna take the right arm, swoop it around the front, reach it overhead and allow that chest to open. This is a nice one to do anytime you feel a tightness in your chest or you feel a tightness through your shoulders. Last one here. Whew, let's bring the legs to the center. We're gonna grab under the knees or on top of the knees, rock and roll it up, put your ball to the side, and let's see if we can come into a 90-90 stretch. So we have one leg bent at 90, the other leg bent at 90, or a similar angle. From here, drop your shoulders. Let's lift up through the left arm, walk your hand out, drop it over to the right, and let your head and neck release. Deep breath. Push off the mat, go to the other side, push off the mat. Let's switch the legs. This is a really nice hip opener stretch to do too, so if you have tight hips, it's one of my favorite. Let's bring that right arm up, walk that left hand out. Now drop the left shoulder before you come over. Nice side bend here. Bring it up. Other arm. And up. Let's just bring the legs cross-legged. One more little twist today. Go over to the side. Think of lengthening through the spine. Over to the other side. Back to center. Let's roll those shoulders. Deep breath in and down. Let's take one big cleansing breath together. So we're gonna inhale up. Think of letting all the tension melt out of your body as you exhale here, letting it all go. And you did it. Thank you for joining me today to twist and move our spine and strengthen our core. I would love to know how you feel, and I will see you next time. If you want more from me, you can find me at ShainaFalconeFitness.com.